Hello, I'm Beth Wagner, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Today, I'm very excited to bring you my intermediate level balance exercise program. This video is specifically geared for you if you've completed my beginner level balance exercise program and you're ready for the next level of challenge. Now, if you haven't already gone through that video, please stop this video and go ahead and check that one out. The link is in the description below. I've included a great deal of information about our balance system, breathing, and much more that applies to all levels of balance exercises. When you can complete the beginner level video with relative ease and comfort, progress to this video and come back and join me here. Now, as we go through these exercises, there are a couple things to keep in mind. Exercises that feel relatively easy are very helpful to build confidence. Do them with intention, telling yourself that they're easy and that your balance is improving. Giving yourself reassurance of your abilities is a great way to build confidence and to continue improving your abilities so that you can stand and move about with greater ease. Now, with exercises that are more challenging, do them with awareness and remember to breathe. Give yourself credit for the hard work that you're doing and know that with repetition and with time, you're going to feel progress. Okay, let's go ahead and begin the exercises. Now, as I mentioned, this video is a progression of the beginner level video. So once you've moved on to this intermediate level video, you don't have to continue doing the exercises in the beginner level video. This video is meant to replace the exercises in the beginner level video. Okay, the first exercise is going to be to progress the feet together standing balance and add head turns and head nods. The first time you begin a new exercise, be sure that you're standing next to a countertop or other sturdy surface for support. Okay, let's stand with tall posture, lift your chest, relax your shoulder blades down and back, and bring your feet together as close to each other as you feel comfortable standing. All right, now if you need to stand next to a countertop, go ahead and place your fingertips on that countertop and engage your abdominals, engage your gluteal muscles in your buttocks so that you have a solid core activation to help support your entire body. All right, now perform just a little bit of a chin tuck, again with your shoulders relaxed, and begin to turn your head side to side, just as far as you feel comfortable turning. I recommend using your breath here to help with the pacing and to help calm your nervous system. And you'll get the most out of the exercise by patterning your breathing along with the movement. So I suggest starting with an inhale to prepare for the exercise. Exhale as you turn your head as far to the right as you feel comfortable. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, turn your head to the left as far as you feel comfortable. Come back to the center, continue. Exhale as you turn. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale back to the center. Continue exhaling as you turn. Inhale back to the center. Now, if that pattern doesn't feel comfortable for you, you could also try breathing on each turn. So that may be an exhale to the left and an inhale to the right, and an exhale to the left, and an inhale as you turn to the right. Start this exercise moving your head just as far as you feel comfortable at a slow pace. With more repetitions day by day, try to increase the pace of your movement and see if you can increase how far you turn your head a little bit at a time. Mild stretch discomfort in your neck would be normal with this exercise, but you shouldn't be feeling any severe pain, any sharp shooting pain, or any numbness, tingling, or headaches. Anything like that would indicate that you're moving your head too far, moving too fast, or that this exercise is just not a good exercise for you at this point in time. This should feel comfortable. Again, with a little bit of stretch discomfort, that would be normal. Start with as many repetitions as you feel comfortable, with the goal being 20 repetitions total. The next exercise is standing with your feet together with your eyes closed. Again, starting with tall posture, engaging your lower abdominals and gluteal muscles. Lift your chest, relax your shoulder blades, standing next to a countertop for support if you need to. Now, close your eyes. Continue breathing at a pace that's comfortable for you. and our goal is 1 minute. Now, a great way to progress this exercise, if you're starting with your fingertips on a countertop, is to lightly tap that countertop. Gradually over time, increase the amount of time that your fingertips are off of the countertop, but keep them close so that you can put your fingers down at any time. With repetition, day by day, see if you can lift your fingertips off the countertop for a longer period of time, until gradually you can do this exercise with your hands by your side. Now, if at any point in time you lose your balance and you need to step out of the position, that's just fine too. Give yourself a lot of room to play and explore with these exercises. You'll get a lot more out of them that way. Perform 2 repetitions, feet together with your eyes closed. All right, next up is single leg balance with eyes closed. Again, starting with tall posture, standing next to a countertop if you need to for support. Shift your weight over onto one leg and lift the other leg up just so your toes are barely off of the ground. All right, now once you're balanced in this position, close your eyes. All right, now with this one, I'm going to keep my fingertips pretty close to the surface here. All right, our goal is 30 seconds. Similar to the last exercise, a great way to progress this is to gradually lift your fingertips off of the countertop as you can until you feel comfortable with your hand by your side. Now, if you lose your balance at any point in time, simply put your toe down or step all the way down onto your other foot. Once you've stood as long as you could on one leg with your eyes closed, go ahead and switch to the other leg. So lift your foot, keep your core engaged, keep your glutes engaged, and close your eyes. All right. Now you'll see, if you look down at my ankle, you'll see a lot of movement here. My ankles are working pretty hard. That's normal. When we close our eyes, we lose the contribution of our vision to our balance, and we must rely much more on the part of our body in touch with the surface, which right now, that's my foot. So my ankle is working a lot harder. I'm also relying more on my vestibular system, the parts of my inner ear that tell my brain where I am in space. Okay, now, again, shooting for 30 seconds, stand as long as you can, and then open your eyes and put that foot down. Alternate left and right sides 2 times. All right, now we have a new exercise. This is tandem stance or heel-toe stance. I'll turn to the side so you can see a little better what I'm doing here. Standing with tall posture, next to a countertop if you need to for support, step one foot directly in front of the other foot so that the heel is right in front of the toes. All right, now look straight forward and keeping your weight evenly balanced between the front foot and the back foot. Now we're just going to stand. Try and maintain balance using your fingertips on the countertop if you need to, gradually tapping and then lifting your fingertips. This is a great time to notice where you are bearing weight underneath your feet. Is there more weight on the left side of your body or the right side of your body? Is there more weight on your front foot or your back foot? See if you can continue to try to come to the middle of your body left to right, and the middle of your body front to back. Our goal is 30 seconds. Once time is up, go ahead and switch legs. So put the foot that was in back forward. Now with the heel right in front of the toes, engage your core, engage your glutes, lift your chest, and try to hold up to 30 seconds. As you can, lift your fingertips off the countertop. Gradually increasing the amount of time your fingertips are off the countertop. Okay, perform 2 repetitions of the tandem stance, one with your right foot forward and one with your left foot forward. All right, next we'll add heel-toe raises. Again, I'll show you from the side. It'll be a little easier to see what I'm doing this way. All right, stand with your feet about hips distance apart, next to a countertop for support if you need to. Tall posture. Now we'll rock forward onto the toes, lifting the heels off the ground, and then rock back onto your heels, lifting your toes off the ground. Now continue rocking back and forth at a comfortable pace. Forward onto the toes, lift the heels. Back onto the heels, lift the toes. Continue 20 repetitions or as many as you feel comfortable doing. Gradually build up day by day. This is an excellent balance exercise. It's also a great calf strengthening exercise. So you'll likely feel some muscle activation discomfort in your calves, possibly in the front of your lower legs, your shins as well. Okay, continue rocking back and forth. As with the other exercises, gradually tap your fingers and lift your fingers off of the support surface as you feel comfortable. Okay, after 20 repetitions, then go ahead and lower your heels and rest. Okay, next we'll add a multi-directional reach. Standing with good posture, your feet about hip distance apart, your arms comfortably by your side. Now you can also start this exercise standing in front of a countertop for additional support if you need. Okay, with your right arm, reach forward as far as you feel comfortable and then bring the arm back. Now same with the left arm, reach forward and bring your arm back. If you're standing at a countertop, simply alternate hands that are on the countertop with the hand that is reaching. This is great to do at a kitchen countertop where you have a bit of space to reach. All right, after you've reached forward with both hands, now reach out to the side with the right hand and then with the left hand. Now reach up with the right hand, looking toward your fingers and back down. Now reach up with your left hand and look at your left fingers and bring that hand back down. Now let's reach down with your right hand, come back up, reach down with your left hand and come back up. Now follow the movement of your hand with your eyes. So you will be looking and turning your head in the direction that your arm is moving. Pay attention to how this feels in your neck. I don't want to be giving you any neck strain. So if this is uncomfortable for your neck, move a little slower and don't move quite as far. Make the motion smaller and slower to start with. Continue reaching forward, out to the side, up and down, alternating your right hand with your left hand. Work up to a total of 20 repetitions, 10 repetitions on each arm. Next, I'll progress the side lunge that I introduced in the beginner video to a multi-directional lunge. Now the side lunge, just as a brief review, in the beginner video was simply stepping or lunging to the side and looking to the side, alternating left and right sides. So now we're going to progress that up a notch to a multi-directional lunge. You can choose to perform this exercise as a lunge, the way I'm demonstrating, or just as a simple step. Either way is fine. See what feels best for your body. First direction will be forward. Starting with tall posture, your core engaged, your chest lifted. Step forward and lunge onto that front foot. And then bring your foot back. Second direction will be out at the side about 45 degrees and come back. The third direction is out to the side. I'm turning my head and looking in the direction that I'm lunging. And then come back to the center. Now I'll show you that on the left side. We'll step forward and I'm looking forward as I step forward and back to the center. Now I'll go 45 degrees to the left and I'm going to look and turn my head in line with the direction that I'm lunging and back to the center. And now left about 90 degrees. I'm going to turn my foot and turn my head in the direction that I'm moving and back to the center. Now the first time you perform that exercise, if you need a countertop for support, that's just fine. In that case, I'll show you from the side here. If the countertop is on my left, then I'll start the lunge on the right side. So I'm going to lunge forward with the right foot, back to the center. Now 45-degree angle with the right foot, and I'm turning my head and my toes in the direction that I'm lunging. And then 90 degrees to the side, turning my foot and my head in the direction I'm lunging. And then turn around and perform the lunge on the left side. So stepping forward, lunge onto the left leg and back to the center. Now 45-degree lunge, turning your foot, turning your head and looking in that direction, back to the center. And now 90 degrees out to the side. turning my foot and my head in that direction, coming back to the center. All right, perform 10 repetitions, 5 on each side. I recommend alternating right and left side, but if it feels more comfortable for you to do all of the repetitions on one side and then switch to the other side, that's just fine too. You can try it both ways and see what feels best. All right, now let's move on to the walking exercises. In the beginner video, I introduced walking with head turns. In the intermediate level, we'll progress that to include head nods. Start with slow, small movements of the head as you begin this exercise. Gradually build up speed of movement and how much you're moving your head as you feel more and more comfortable. A great place to start this exercise is standing next to a long countertop so that you can run your hand along the surface for support until you feel more comfortable to do this exercise just in mid-space. Okay, so let's do the walking head turns and head nods. So I'll start at one end of my runway here, close to the countertop, with tall posture, looking straight forward. As I begin to walk, I'm going to turn my head left and right as I make each step. Okay, when I get to the end of my runway, now I'm going to switch and move my head up and down. Again, a small amount of motion to start with. So I'm looking up toward where the wall meets the ceiling, and then down to where the wall meets the floor, up and down, up and down. Okay, we'll repeat that. First with the head turn, right and left, right and left, and right and left. And now we'll do the head nod up and down, up and down, up and down. Great. So some ways to progress this exercise is to increase the speed of movement of your walking and of your head turns, increase the distance that you're walking, and increase the repetitions. I suggest starting with about 100 feet total. So if you have about a 10-foot space, that would be doing 10 lengths of your 10-foot runway. And it's just a guide. Estimate your distance based on the space that you have. Start with what feels comfortable and increase as you build up practice and repetition day by day. From the beginner level video, we'll continue the side-stepping exercise. Starting with good posture, step to the right side and continue stepping to the side as you face forward. Now we'll go back to the left. Continue stepping to the left as you face forward. Vary where you are looking. Right now I'm looking at the camera, but as you're doing this at home, you could try looking to the left when you're moving to the left. You could also try looking in the opposite direction. So when you move to the right, turn your head to the left. That would be a progression. You could also try just finding a focal point on the wall straight across the room from you. That is a great way to start this exercise too. Experiment, play with it a little bit, and see what works best for you. Now we'll also continue the 180-degree turns that I introduced in the beginner video. So starting at the end of your runway, with tall posture, chest lifted, looking straight forward, I'll walk to the end of my runway and then make a quick turn, 180 degrees. And then continue to the other end of my runway and turn quickly. So the purpose with this exercise is to make quick turns at the end of the runway. Of course, you will have been turning around with all of the other exercises, but the purpose of this is to make a quick turn. So continue toward the end and turn as quickly as you feel comfortable. Continue to the end and turn quickly. So continue side to side. If you feel a little off balance when you make that turn, be sure that you're standing next to a countertop for support. Also, it's just fine to take a moment to regain your balance after you make the turn before you continue on. As you improve with your balance, as you build confidence, then you'll be able to start walking right after you make the turn. So for example, when you first start out doing this, you might want to turn and stop. And notice my fingertips right here on the counter. Once I regain my balance, I'll continue walking again and make another quick turn, have my hand right here on the countertop. As you feel stronger, you might be able to progress to where you can turn and then continue walking. Turn, turn, and continue walking right away. Turn and continue walking. All right. So the faster you continue walking after the turn also adds a bit more challenge. Keep your fingertips close to the countertop for safety and play with this. Explore, build up as you feel comfortable. With all of the walking exercises, I recommend starting with about 100 feet. But start with what you feel comfortable with and then gradually increase day by day with practice and as your confidence builds. I hope that you've enjoyed this intermediate level balance exercise program. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm able. Here's to your healing, health, and happiness. Have a fantastic day.